Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Thanks, you guys, for joining us today. It's a beautiful Friday. What a way to kick off the weekend, folks. It is July 25th, and we got a great show lined up for you guys today. Raul Donner, the second, will be joining us, an entertainer in the Chicagoland area. Of course, his father was Raul Donner Sr., of course, and had a great a lot of great songs that he wrote in the 50s and 60s, of course, and now he's keeping up, trying to keep the footsteps going of his father. And we'll see what he's going on and with his bands and everything that he's got going on in his solo shows. He'll be coming on at about 12:35 right after the weather. This is Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders. We also want to thank the men and women in the military and thank our veterans for fighting for our country and making it great again. We appreciate it. You guys are watching. Guys, we got a big one. It's showtime. Let's go to work. Ho, ho, busy, busy. Thank you, Richie from Seventh Heaven, for putting up that beautiful video, and Dino Manzella. Thank you, guys. It's Ocean's Pit. And before we get to anything else, it's time for our sponsors. And the number one sponsor, Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Our good friends from JRC, Ace Hardware. Guys, save 20% on select Craftsman power tools. Buy a 2-pack of select Milwaukee 118 batteries and receive a select MFT tool for free. It's a $249 value. See their print at 25% off coupon for any regular price items under $50 or $12.50 off any regular price item over $50. Save up on a $230 select Tangier wood pellet grills when you get your grills. And when you're talking about grills at Ace Hardware, don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off and get a special deal with our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace. Oh, great show lined up for you guys today. I want to thank yesterday, boy, I'm telling you. Nuts. I want to thank my friend, of course, Carol and Gina from Toxic Thursday yesterday when they went live from the pool. And a lot of fun with that. We appreciate it very much. And everybody that showed up last night to Positanos in Wheaton, Illinois. Now, we always play the Positanos once Thursday a month. We're the one in Oak Brook. And they just opened, Frank and Bill and the staff, the company, they just opened a new place in Wheaton, Illinois. We tried it out there for the first time. I guess the first time they ever had music out there. And it was a bash, boy. It was a lot of fun. And thank you all for coming out. I'm very fortunate to have people. When I'm working 5 nights a week, I'm very fortunate to have people that come out during the week. And the great thing about Tony Ocean fans, folks, they're drinkers. And that's what makes the restaurant money, and everybody's happy. And that's what it's about. So again, thank you, Bill, Frank, and the staff at the Positanos in Wheaton. Jerry Jams, of course, on fire last night. Lisa P., incredible on her vocal. Thank you guys. Also greet Stephanie Lemon Brigner stopped by and she sang a couple. Susie Positano's birthday. So it was a great bash yesterday, and we appreciate. Thank you for everybody that's showing up. Now tonight we're going to keep the party going. Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. That's with Jerry Jams. That's an 8:00 hit. Actually, we got 3 shows today. We have a senior one from 3 to 4 in Radcliffe, which is beautiful over there, and then we're doing something for Braverly. Peter Anthony's salon for my wife, and we're going to be doing that about 6:15 to 6:30. She's going to talk about her Bravely products. It's Peter Anthony's hair salon in Schaumburg, folks. Come on by, and you can talk to Laura and Shelly, and they're talking about their products. So that's going to be so we're playing from about 6:15 to 6:45, and then tonight, 8:00, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Jerry Jams. And tomorrow we'll keep the party going at Taverna on Division in Melrose Park, outside patio. Voted the #1 patio in the suburbs of Chicago. Will be with Jerry Jams and Mikey D on keyboard. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. We're not in the regular Oceans Pitch studio, as you can see. We're trying to remodel it over there. So right now we're here in the living room in beautiful downtown Elk Grove. So we're going to, like I said, at the second hour after the weather, we got Ral Donner. He's an entertainer. The second, his father, of course, he's the son of the multi-platinum recording artist, Ral Donner, folks, of course, who scored a big hit in the 50s and 60s. That you don't know what you got till you lose it. Great song. And of course, great thing to live by, right? Also, Girl of My Best Friend. Very interesting. And his father worked with everybody from Sinatra to Dean Martin to Roy Orbison to Elvis, Sam Cooke. I mean, the list goes on and on. So we'll talk a little bit about that. His father. Then he had Doll had a band called the Trash Martinis for a couple of years. And now he's doing a lot of solo stuff, and we'll be talking that. He's going to be coming up at Moretti's in Barrington on August 2nd for his solo show. And then he's got one on August 7th at Edison Park on a Thursday night. For Moretti's. So make sure you check him out. And like I said, he'll be coming on the second half hour of the program after the Ace Hardware weather. What else do we need to talk about, folks? My God, I'm telling you, it's just getting crazy. You know, and this show, folks, there's no filter. So, everybody that does watch the show, we get about 1,000 views a day. It is Monday through Friday. We have guests on Wednesdays and Fridays. Toxic Thursday with Carol Brandolino, and my wife Laura Ocean comes on when she can. And then, of course, she's with us on Twisted Tuesday, every Tuesday as well. So we cover everything. There's no filter in this show. And like I say at the end of every show, if you're offended by anything that comes on this show, just because you're offended, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't make you right. But we just got to take everything in stride. Life is too damn short. A couple questions. Now, we're talking about entertainers. Of course, we lost the great Ozzy Osbourne. Hulk Hogan yesterday. Terry Bolla passed away. Chuck Mangione, another great musician, passed away. Sammy Guros, I think, from Golden Earring, passed away. So we had, it's just getting crazy and crazy. I'm surprised Ozzy lived as long as he did. You guys remember the joke years ago. Ozzy Osbourne is still alive. Keith Richards is still alive, but Richard Simmons, the health guru, was in the gym every day, dropped dead. So who knows, right? As my father always said, everything in moderation. And we lost Ozzy, man. Of course, after his last tour, just a couple weeks ago with Black Sabbath, he got the original guys back together. So sad as it is, it's just crazy. It really is. Now we're talking about another musician, Steve Miller. Now, of course, Rockin' Me Baby and The Joker and Fly Like an Eagle, all the songs he had. He canceled his whole summer tour. Now he's saying it's because of the weather. Granted, it's been hot, but isn't it hot almost every summer? And I don't know where his tour was coming to, but now they're saying it's probably because of lack of ticket sales. So he's using the weather to cancel his whole tour. To cancel a whole tour with musicians and being on tour for years, as many times as I've been with every band that I've been with, canceling is because there is lack of ticket sales. If you can, sometimes you rather not play in that auditorium or wherever it is, theater that you're playing at when there's a half empty room. Somebody doesn't want to do it. Of course, they're going to lose money. So we don't know why. The real reason Steve Miller and his band canceled the whole tour this summer. So interesting. I never heard it canceled because of hot weather. I can see a show canceling, but not the whole entire tour. Dennis from Lake Geneva watching. We have Carol. How are you doing, Menotti? Hope you guys are doing well. We have California watching today. Kathy, how are you doing? Our friends from Ohio, which will be in Warren, Ohio, with Oceans Rat Pack, August 9th and 10th. It's a Saturday and Sunday show. We're headlining both nights. So thank you, Ohio. We got New Jersey watching. Our good friend from New Jersey. How you guys all doing out there? There's Tina St. Angelo live from Michigan. Ryan Lewis, how are you guys doing? Indianapolis is watching. Rosa's watching. So anyway, interesting stuff there as it is. And I don't know. Guys know if you watch my show, folks, and if you just know me in general, I always have a hard time sleeping. Maybe 6 hours a day. At one time when you were growing up, it was 8 hours a day, and this is what you're supposed to do, and 8 glasses of water a day. And now doctors are saying maybe 5 to 6 hours is all you need. I have a hard time sleeping. So I get up early every morning. And if you guys know, I usually fish in the summer. I get up and try to fish, then make the notes for the show, then do the show. And then after lunch, I'll take a little nap before I'd start my gig. And in our home, folks, I don't know how you have it in your home, but in our home, we like to keep it kind of cool. We'll have the air on and the fans going at the same time. But study shows right now to get the best sleep, they're saying right now, is if you keep your home, it's like 65 degrees, 65, which is still a little cold, but not too hot, not too cold, and you can sleep a hell of a lot better. There's my friend Donnie Toto. How you doing? Yep, you guys are in Michigan this weekend. You knock them out with the band over there. So you guys good. Mary Grievous is watching. Me up to 2 hours at 4 a.m. Can't sleep either. Well, Marion, I hope you get some sleep there. It's not easy to sleep, and I think because we don't sleep, especially for me, I got my mind thinking all the time. Even my wife says when I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to go, 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 go. And sometimes people don't work in that kind of mode. It takes a little time to get everything. I want all these questions answered and everything. And it becomes a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm texting people at 6 a.m. like it's normal, so interesting stuff, how that is. So 65 degrees, I say you can sleep really good. Let's talk about another sponsor, folks. We're talking about real estate at its finest. My good friend, Mary Grievous, folks. That's right. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, folks. M. Grievous at StarkRE.com. That's Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. Available to buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. Mary is the woman for you when it comes to real estate. And that's not all she does, folks. Mary also is in charge of NTD Vacations. When you're ready to do a vacation, make sure you book it with Mary, folks. But besides that, she does the Chicago Music Cruise. Now, this will be my third coming up with Seventh Heaven, greatest band in the city of Chicago, my opinion. Now, they've been on cruises. They've been doing cruises for 20 years. I've done cruises with the Rat Pack years ago, but this is my third one as Tony Ocean. Now, we're doing it again now. We're on Royal Caribbean, but we're leaving Royal Caribbean, and we're doing a brand new ship if you're watching the show for the first time. MSC World America. It's a brand new ship that just, I think it kicked off in January for the first time. It's a beautiful ship. It's independently owned by an Italian family. We're excited about this one, folks. It's 7-night Western Caribbean cruise. It's going to happen January 17th to January 24th, 2026. It's going to start. We're going to kick off in Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Ocean Cay, which is an island owned by World America, Tony Ocean and the whole Main Event Band, and of course, Seventh Heaven. So I hope you guys can join us. The last one we had 7,000. Above that, we had 5,000 the year before that. People come. And what's great about it, the way Richie puts it all together, is not only can you see all the entertainment, and you get to do everything else on the ship. I mean, this thing is huge. These ships, and if you like cruising, excuse me. About another 2 weeks, me and Richie, we're going to do a live remote and tell you all about the new ship, the MSC World America, compared to Royal, and what you guys can look forward to on this next cruise on January 27th to January 25th. Now you go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or better yet, pick up the phone and call Mary at 630-688-1725 and say, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean. That's going to be a lot of fun. Tony Ocean and the whole band and Seventh Heaven, man. You can't beat it. It is a lot of fun. So we're excited about that. All right. So Uber. It's funny when we were kids, parents, people used to say, don't get in cars with strangers. Make sure someone's with you and blah, 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 blah. Well, notice since Uber's got along, or even taxis, and you're getting into a car that you don't even know. At least a taxi, you used to know it's a taxi, unless somebody stole the taxi. But Uber, you never know what you're going to get. And I use Uber all the time. I love it. If I ever want to have a few of those pops and I don't feel like driving, you know how it is. We all have done it. Uber is great. But women, are having problems now with certain men drivers. And now I guess Uber is now going to come up, according to ABC, they're going to come up with a new app or something. So if you're a woman, you can request a woman driver. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be just much safer because she's a woman, but some women late at night don't want to get in these Uber cars. Sometimes the driver might be a little, who knows? I don't know what the reason is, but they're coming up with a special app just for women to have women drivers. Maybe they'll feel safer. Hey, maybe a man will want a woman driver too. I'm just saying it's not just for women, but Uber's going to try to make some changes. So that should be kind of interesting to see what happens with that. And, it's to each his own. Marion Double T, how are you doing, guys? Just saying hello, some new people again. Dennis again. All right, guys. World America, brand new ship. We're excited about that, Mary. I really am. Ronnie B, what's shaking, my brother? Hope you're doing well. All right. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of interesting, and we're excited about that. So we're going to have fun. Costco. I know people that go to Costco for the gas. They go shopping, and then they go for the gas to save 2 cents. Whatever it is, they wait in line all day. They'll save $2 or whatever, 10, 50 cents, whatever it is. But Costco, sometimes I know they go shopping and then they go for that hot dog or whatever it is, the $100.50 hot dog. I haven't had a hot dog in 20 years, so I don't know anything about that. But now they're changing, folks. If you guys don't know this or not, Costco made the big announcement that they're changing from Pepsi to Coke. In their food stands. So now Costco will be selling Pepsi instead of Coke, which would be interesting. And now, of course, the Robert Kennedy Jr., I think he's doing an incredible job. And right now, Coca-Cola has announced that they're putting the cane sugar in, putting the better sugar in their soda, which a lot of places are trying to do now, making healthy food, even fast food. They're trying to make more healthy food, take all these dyes and all this shit out of the food that's killing us as it is in this country. If you guys don't follow this or not, but there's food that we have here and ingredients that we have here in the United States that's it's forbidden in Europe. And I said this a couple of times if you're watching it for the first time. If you take a box of oatmeal from the UK, and you take a package of the same oatmeal here from the United States, you turn around the box and read the ingredients. Here in the United States, it's like a page long of everything that's in this package. The one in Europe, there's like 3 ingredients. So whatever Robert Kennedy Jr. can do to help with the way to get some of this food a little safer, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Ryan Lewis, how you doing? Welcome, folks. Don't forget, next, right after the weather, 12:35, Raul Donner will be joining us, folks. The second, talking about what he's got going on. We'll talk about his father, of course. We'll talk about Trash Martini and everything. He's got his solo shows coming up. Looking forward to that. So a lot of good stuff here, folks. And, we were just saying Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollin. He's been sick for a while. I don't know if you guys were big Hulk Hogan fans. I'm still a big wrestling fan. I still watch Raw and SmackDown on Mondays and Fridays. I record them because I can never watch regular TV unless I watch it during the day. And then, of course, I watch AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays. When everybody was into Hulk Hogan, what he did for wrestling was huge. I mean, it's like Michael Jordan did for basketball. Not a Michael Jordan fan, not a Bulls fan. I'm a diehard Knick fan. But what he did for the sport, this is exactly what Hulk Hogan did for wrestling. And obviously, people know wrestling is fake. But you know what? It's like a soap opera. Everybody knows what, it's predetermined who's going to win or going to be, blah, 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 blah. But we know that. But Hulk Hogan always had the prayers and the vitamins, and all the kids looked up to Hulk Hogan. As a kid, I was the Nature Boy guy, Ric Flair. I didn't like Hulk Hogan until he became Hollywood Hogan when he went to the other league, whatever, WCW, and he became Hollywood, and he became the bad guy. That's when I liked Hulk Hogan, because I didn't care for the vitamins and all that bullshit. I never liked the goody guys. So it's sad that he passed away. Chuck Mangione, Ozzy Osbourne, been sick for a long time. The guy from Cosby Show, the kid, 54 years old, wasn't a boating accident or something? He drowned. Horrible. What a way to go at 54 years old. But interesting how we're driving. Shark Week. Let's talk about Shark Week. Boyd, exactly what credentials does Robert Kennedy Jr. have? I don't know, Boyd, but he's doing a good job. What did the last guy have? That's what I mean. Kennedy's going to get a bad rap because of the Kennedys in general. I understand sometimes bringing in people to have more of an education or more something, but you know what? Sometimes a fresh new thing can do things good too. You know what I mean? And I think he's doing a good job as best as he can, whatever he's supposed to try to do. So that's your answer, Boyd. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, David, I agree. Kennedy is doing a good job. This is my opinion, but it also depends if you're, unfortunately, guys, as we know this, and I've mentioned this many times, when it comes to politics, Democrat, Republican, or whatever it is, I don't even think it's really Republican, Democrats got anything to do with it. I think it's the individual. And we all know if you're a Trumper, you're a diehard Trumper. If you're not, you hate him no matter what he does. Whatever his staff does, you're going to hate just because it's him. And so, it is what it is. That's time for another show. But today, that's what we're going to talk about. Let's talk about Shark Week. If you guys are into Shark Week, it comes all the time, once a year. I love watching these shows about sharks. I just love all that kind of stuff. I'm looking forward to it. It's good. What do you base your opinion on? Are you sure you're doing a good job? What did he do good so far? He's trying, Boyd. He's trying. He's trying, my friend. It's just like, the White Sox last year, they were horrible, but this year they're doing pretty good. Cubs look like they're falling down, but you know what I'm trying to say. They're trying to see whatever they can do, and that's all you can do is give it your best. And, hopefully if they change one thing, if they change one or two good things to make United States better, make our food better, then he's doing a good job. That's my opinion, and that's all that matters. All right, so here's something interesting. People that pay, everybody's got credit cards. They say, the credit card companies say, if you pay your bills on time, they call you deadbeats. But it's not like the deadbeats that you would think of. Usually when you use the word deadbeat, it's someone who doesn't come up. Hey, honey, Laura, are you ready for your big thing today at Peter Anthony's tonight?
Absolutely.
For Braverly, come on down. Laura's going to be there, like I said at the beginning of the show, in Schaumburg, the little beauty salon. They're going to be giving some samples away of the new Braverly product. So
come see what people are changing the game about.
They're changing the game of, there you go. So check that out tonight, and make sure you check out my wife's post and find out more information on that. Anyway, so credit cards, they're saying that if you pay off your debt, pay off your bill every month, you're a deadbeat. And usually when you say it's a deadbeat, it's somebody that's a bust out or stuff like that. But they use the word deadbeat because they never pay interest. And they hate people like that. Like us, we pay, I don't know how you guys are, but for us, we pay the bill on time. Bill comes in, we pay the whole thing. So we don't pay on interest. Thank God for us. We're thank God we can do that. Some people can, unfortunately, but whatever it is, there is a term that the credit card companies use. These guys are paying, so they can't make the juice. They can't make the juice on us, folks, because they're not paying the interest. We pay it off, and that's the way it is. But that's what credit card companies are thinking. Interesting too. And you know how I am about a dress code. I just got a haircut, so I didn't finish the hair. That's why I'm wearing a hat today. But anyway, dress code. I believe that everybody should still be dressed up when they go to a decent, fine dining restaurant. A man should still have a jacket on, or at least a nice collared shirt, whatever it is. And you know how I feel about these things called Crocs. It's a kid thing. I don't think any adult should be wearing these. Maybe if you're going to the beach and you're walking in the sand, or maybe you're cleaning out, you're cleaning the backyard, whatever. But another thing they're saying, flip-flops. A lot of airports frown on flip-flops because they say you never know, it's not enough protection on your toe. So it's not illegal to wear flip-flops, but some airports are going to start trying to make sure you put some other kind of footwear on besides flip-flops. Jill, how you doing from Indiana? I pay it all, don't pay interest. There you go, Kathy. How is it in beautiful California, Santa Barbara, California? Kathy's watching. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so flip-flops. And that's another thing. Remember back in the day, you went to the airport, you went on a plane, you kind of looked halfway decent. Some people even had suits on when they traveled. Some of these people now, you see them, they look like they just woke up, rolled out of bed, got out of the car, and just got on a plane. Yes, there you go. Hey, Crocs. Me too, Dave. Exactly. So I don't know. Ban the flip-flops. That's bad enough. And if you're going to wear them, fix the feet a little bit. You know, the nails maybe, do what you got to do. Keep it kind of clean there. Prayers go out to a very good friend of ours called Dog the Bounty Hunter. We've done many shows with him and the big dog stepson. His step-grandson was shot by accident by his father at the age of 13 years old. So our prayers go out to the big dog, the bounty hunter, Dwayne, and his family. Horrible what that could happen. I just can't imagine what would happen with that, man. Just tragic accident by the father with a gun, shot. Don't know the whole story, but that's bad. You don't want to hear stuff like that, right? It's just nuts, man. All right, what do we got here? All-Star game, baseball. Whether you're a White Sox fan, whether you're a Cubs fan, my Yankees are doing great. Cubs lost the last two. Yankees are starting to win now. Toronto's looking really good. Milwaukee's doing really good. But they're going to have the All-Star game at Wrigley Field. And, $7.99 for a bottle of water at Wrigley Field right now. And I know it's expensive in New York too as well. But here's what I say the difference is. If I'm paying big money for a dog or food or parking or whatchamacallit, whatever it is at the ball game, at least the Yankees, and I can only speak for the Yankees, at least they make the playoffs every year. They work hard and they make the playoffs. It is what it is. When there's some teams that don't even get to the playoffs and they're still charging all this money for water or dogs and stuff like that. Who knows? Parking. I don't know. I haven't been to a Cubs game in a while. They say like $90 or park or something. But I guess that's everywhere now with pricing and everything is going up the way it is. It's a little crazy. But they're predicting what are the tickets would cost for the All-Star game at Wrigley Field. They're saying they're start about $350 start for tickets to the All-Star game, up to $350 to $1,000, and then more club, better seats. It's going to be even more than that. So to answer your questions, that's what it was. $350 just for the All-Star game. So I don't know. All-Star games mean nothing to me anymore. They used to mean. Remember when it was the two leagues, whoever won, got home field advantage when it came to the World Series. But I think they got rid of that. So I don't know. I wouldn't pay $350 to an All-Star game. So that's just me. But there will be people out there that that do it. I know, Ryan, you're a Yankee fan just as I am, folks. Oh, here's something for credibility. Some people say, what Kennedy Jr. have? You're right, boy. He doesn't have probably, but he's doing what that just came out. You want to laugh? He goes running for president in 2028. Hunter Biden is considering running for president of the United States in 2028. Maybe then they'll find a bag of cocaine. Hunter, it's gonna, boy, he's got a lot of credibility. Yeah, he's going to run for president in 2028. That should be interesting, folks. Hey, Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's get right to another quick sponsor before we bring up Raul Donner. The second, folks, we're talking about Jack Vena Landscaping. You need the landscaping at its finest. Jack Vena Landscaping, they offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall, bed. They offer plant design service installation. They've been servicing the the northern Illinois area for over 50 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266 and tell him I want some landscaping with my good buddy Vena Landscaping. Very, very cool. And we got a couple more minutes. Our guest. All right, let me tell you some other stuff we got coming up. People have been asking for some more dates. I'll give you some in particular. There's a busy schedule still. Go to the website for all the dates, but we do have Oceans Rat Pack. July 31st will be at Darien Concert on that. We'll be at the Vixen Theater in McHenry August 2nd, folks, and August 3rd, August 2nd. Excuse me. Yeah, that's right. At the Vixen in McHenry, Warren, Ohio on the 9th and 10th. Ron Onesti's club, Taylor Street Italian Fest, one of the biggest Italian fests in the Midwest. We're going to be there on Friday, the 15th of August with the whole main event band. Back at Mars in Lake Geneva on the 23rd of August, Thirsty Parrot on the 30th. So 2 more shows in Lake Geneva this summer. Don't forget my rock band, Moe's Dream Police, with their tribute to Cheap Trick, will be at Tribute Island in Kenosha. You know, that band never broke up, folks. We don't play too often because I have no dates to give the band, and the band has their own things that they're doing. Nick from the Chicago Piano Man, the Hitman, tribute to Billy Joel, and Tommy's in Triangle Park, and Billy's in Village and the Vincent Saints. So it's hard for us to get together. But last time we played, we played in Hollywood, Florida. That was the last time the Dream Police played. But we will be at Kenosha, Wisconsin on August 2nd with our Cheap Trick tribute, which is one of my favorite bands. My favorite band of all time, you know, is the Raspberries. Cheap Trick, of course, power pop, my favorite type of music. So we're going to be there. We're excited. That's Mark Shealy on bass. Nick Sahajas from the Billy Joel tribute band. Of course, he plays Billy Joel. Elton John, Tommy Bam Bam Burke states it's going to be a lot of fun at Kenosha on August 2nd. Taste of Elmwood Park with Oceans Rat Pack kicking off the fest on Thursday the 7th. And we're excited about that too. A lot of good stuff. September Fest in Schaumburg is going to happen, I guess, on the main stage again on the 31st of August. A lot of good stuff happening because there's still a lot of summer stuff. And, you know, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We'll be in Florida. We got Kansas City. We got Indianapolis. We got Arizona in October. So make sure you check the rec. We got a lot of traveling, a lot of stuff to do. And it's funny. Now, you know, folks, I don't get too many days off. So finally I got Sunday off this Sunday. And you know what? Me and my sister, it's an annual thing. We go to Renaissance Fair in Bristol, Wisconsin, which is about an hour from here. If you haven't been there yet, it is really, really cool. The only thing that's concerning me this time, it's supposed to be really hot. So who cares? I don't know. I don't like when it gets too crazy and too hot. It's time for the weather, folks. That's right. The JRC Ace Hardware, brought to you by Ace Hardware, folks. Today's weather for July 25th, Friday. It's 81 degrees. Feels like it's 87 out there. It is sunny out there. It is hot. 73% humidity. 1 mile an hour winds. Rain forecast, again, anywhere between 50% rain at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, all the way to the end of the night. Looks like it'll be another rainy night if it stays the way it is. And that is brought to you by our good friends from JRC Ace Hardware Store. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. All right, our guest, musical guest, folks, Raul Donner II. His father, of course, Raul Donner, keep singing, keep right on singing, son. In 1979, he said that to him, and he's been doing it ever since. He's been playing forever, playing all over the place. He had a band called Trash Martinis that lasted a few years, and he's doing a lot of his solo stuff now. He's worked with Dick Biondi, CM Punk, the Chicago Bears. His father worked with Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Buddy Holly, Elvis, Sam Cooke, Everly Brothers. I mean, list goes on and on. He had 2 big songs, his father. You Don't Know What You Got Till You Lose It, and Girl of Mine, Best Friend, which is kind of cool. He's going to be at the Moretti's in Barrington on August 2nd for his solo show. And then August 7th, he'll be at Edison Park, the 2 Moretti's, a la carte entertainment. So make sure you go check out his solo stuff. He's been waiting patiently in the green room there, folks. So let's bring on, ladies and gentlemen, Raul Donner II. How you doing, buddy? What's going on, pal?
Good. How are you, Tony? Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on, man. You know what?
Yeah.
Boy, impressive stuff you've been going through between you and your dad. And there's got to be pros and cons to that. When your father was a popular guy and then you are the son. I mean, look at John Lennon and his 2 kids and Frank Sinatra and his 2 kids and stuff like that.
Right.
But before we get into all that, first of all, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? Are you
I'm
feeling
doing good. I'm doing well. Doing
Where are
well.
you at right now?
I'm at home, Wonder Lake.
Wonder Lake. Love it out
Yeah.
there. It's beautiful out there. All right.
Yeah.
So, Raul, how do you pronounce that? Am I pronouncing it right? Raul?
Yeah, it's Ral. Ral.
Raul. Okay.
Yeah, this is like
So
Ralph
where
without
were
the PH.
Yeah. Where were you born?
Chicago.
Chicago. All right.
Yeah.
Big family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both sides.
And obviously, your father was your influence. But when you were growing up as a kid, what was the first band maybe you remember listening to, or the first song you learned? I don't know what your age is, but were you a Beatle fan or anything? Nirvana? What did you get into when you first young enough to say, "Boy, I want to listen to this"? What was that song that said, "I want to be a musician"?
Oh, I mean, obviously, my dad in that whole era,
Sure.
Elvis,
Yeah.
all that stuff. But getting into the newer stuff, I think the first single I ever bought was "I Love Rock and Roll" by Joan Jett. I remember
Correct.
walking down to Venture and grabbing it and my own money from my allowance, and then Metal Health from Quiet Riot was the first album.
Okay, so "Come On, Feel the Noise," of course, the great
yeah.
song by Slade, which is a better version than Quiet Riot.
Right,
just my
right.
opinion. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. And you know what? Back then, Joan Jett, just coming from the Runaways, went solo and did her own thing, with Lita Ford. But she was really great, and what a great song! Still got a great catch. And if you say it now, some people might not know it's Joan Jett, but they know the song.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you what, I mean, you can get sick of hearing it when you're at a club because all the bands play it. But whenever it comes on the radio, I have to listen to it. It's her. I mean, to this day, I love it.
Well, growing up, what was it like watching your father? I mean, working with Sinatra, Dean Martin, Buddy Holly, Elvis, Sam Cooke. You're not talking about some, we're talking about the big time here.
Right. But he didn't actually work with Sinatra or Dino. Those are big influences, but he was on Reprise Records when Sinatra owned it.
Correct.
But they never worked together.
Okay.
Same as Elvis. They were friends. They never worked together. But he toured with, everybody. Roy Orbison, Sam Cooke, Dion, the Everly Brothers. Sammy Davis Jr. is actually the guy that discovered him. There was a supper club downtown called the Chez Paris.
Sure.
And, my dad was 15 years old, 15-year-old Italian kid from the Northwest Side doing the matinee shows. And Sammy, they had all the celebrities do the evening shows.
Sure.
So Sammy came in. He came in early and caught a show, and he loved them. So he took him on a Steve Allen show. This is before he even had a hit record. The Steve Allen show, and he took him to the Apollo Theater.
Wow.
Which he would have been the year after Buddy Holly played. So he would have been the second white performer to play there and the youngest at 15 years old.
Wow. How cool is that?
Yeah. And when they wrote about it in Irv Cup's in it, in Cup's column.
Yeah, Irv was a Cup. Cup was the best too. But what was it like though? What was it like being there? Did you go to the shows? Did you travel with them? What happened?
Well, I was young. My dad died when I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
So I missed a lot of that. I got to go to a couple recording sessions. And that was cool, But when you're brought up with it, it's really cool, when you're out and you stop and get gas and the guy asks for an autograph or whatever, it's cool. But you just gotta used to it. You know what I mean? It's just dad,
And what kind of man was your dad?
Oh, he was the best. He was awesome. He was awesome. He was the type that get really upset about the little things, but the big things. If you heard I swore, forget it. The bedroom door fly open. What are you doing? You're grounded for 2 weeks. Me and my buddy set the garbage can on fire across the street at the park. He saw that. He said, put it out. All right, put his arm around me. You're grounded for 2 weeks. Daddy didn't get upset about it. It's the little things. You had class or you're in trouble. You know what I mean?
You're in trouble, right? Yeah, right. This is kind of interesting stuff, though, with the song, of course, and the song title itself. We've heard it how many times? Yeah, you don't know what you got till you lose it, or if you look at it, don't know what you got till it's gone.
Cinderella,
something like
right?
That. Whatchamacallit. Do you remember how old were you when you recorded that?
He was, I think he was 17 or 18 when he did that.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I wasn't born till 72. So
Okay,
he did
so-
that in 61.
Did you ever find out what the reason of some of these songs were written about?
No. You know what you've got was actually a mistake. They were in New York. What was it? Bell Sound Studios, maybe.
Okay.
And he's going through a stack of demos, and it was actually intended for a girl group.
Okay.
And they found it and said, no, this is ours. We're taking it. So,
Very cool. Very cool.
I mean, 18 years old, they didn't let him use his originals at that time. He
Sure.
started recording his originals when he was on Reprise in
Yeah.
63. Songs like I Got Burned, great, Tear in My Eye, I Wish This Night Would Never End. So many great songs. So,
And so when you do your show, do you do any of your father's songs?
oh, yeah.
And what else do you do for some people that never heard of you? What other stuff do you see when they come out to see one of your shows? What kind of stuff, like what kind of music are they going to get?
Well, I mean, when we stopped Trash Martini, we did a lot of the hard rock stuff. We throw in some Beatles, a little Neil Diamond, but it was all Van Halen and Oasis and, whatever. So I wanted to get away from that, and go back to my roots, stuff I grew up with. So it was strictly, I started doing the solo shows in like 2018, about the middle of 2018, in just all 50s, 60s, Sinatra, Dino, the Everly Brothers, Dion, Sam Cooke, Beatles, stuff like that. But then when COVID happened and we're all doing the live streams from the living room, people were coming up with everything again. So, I mean, I'll wait till the end of the shows because, if you're playing a Moretti's or someplace like that,
Yeah.
you can't be doing Twisted Sister at, 7:30. So I tell everybody, okay, wait till the end of the night. Maybe we can sneak one in. We'll do a Beastie Boys. And obviously, Cheap Trick.
Right.
I
Exactly.
love Cheap Trick. We
Yeah.
actually got to play with them. They hired us at Diamond Joe Casino their opening week. We played
Very
4
cool.
days. I think it was the second, third night. Cheap Trick played with us, and it was amazing. It was
Yeah, they're fantastic. We used to do their Christmas parties. We used to
Did
do
you
Cheap
really?
Trick's Christmas party. They would send, and we do all, because when we used to do 3-hour sets, we used to even do their B-sides and stuff that they wouldn't play live.
Oh yeah,
Pardon me? Yeah. So, and they had some better, they had some hits, but their B stuff is much better than some of their actual hits. And of course, Rick Nielsen is still one of the great. Tom Peterson, Bunny's not with them anymore. Robin Zander, probably one of the greatest vocalists of all rock and roll. Very underrated, but his voice is still the best. I mean, if you look at great singers, and so what instruments do you play?
Drums,
Other
drums,
instruments.
and Trash Martini. My
Okay.
brother Eric, who's also out doing his solo shows. It's ERIK.
Yeah.
Connor.
Okay.
So check him out on his website. We both play drums and we both sang lead. So I said, man, I haven't played drums in so
Okay.
long. I said, this would be cool. We'll get this going. I'll play drums half the show. You play drums half the show. And we'd switch it up. So
Yeah.
it was a blast. A little bit of keyboard, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of bass. We used to switch up. So
Okay.
yeah, but mainly drums.
So let me ask you something. Now, with the music, and you're going to get a lot of shit from this, and we've had Richie from Seventh Heaven. We had a lot of bands on. The trick with the tracks and the live band. Now, everybody always loved live music, but the tracks is huge. Everybody's been doing it for many years. Did you have a problem with that sometimes, or do you really care?
With the band, we never used tracks. We always,
Sure.
pulled it off one way or another.
Right.
Doing the solo shows, I held off for a long time because I didn't want to do it. I like the camaraderie of the band on the stage and whatever. And then
Sure.
my daughter was on her way. Found out she was coming. I said, you know what? I got to get my ass out there and get to work. So, but it's fun. It's fun. I mean, a lot of places can't afford a whole band. So, you can go up there with just a guitar, and that's cool. I love going and seeing a guy just sit, play guitar, and sing. You can't take anything away from it. It takes a lot of talent. It's huge. But, for the full party experience that people want, I've never done it with a band. But, for doing the solo shows, you kind of have to. You know what I mean?
And everybody's doing, even bands are
Yeah.
doing them now for many, many years. I mean, Kiss has been lip syncing for the last, I don't know,
Yeah.
5-6 years at least, because Paul Stanley's voice is completely gone. But what I have to admit about a lot of bands like Seventh Heaven, what they do, even though a lot of people sometimes they
They're
give them
playing
shit,
live.
and it's not. They're
Yes.
playing live. They're playing their own. It's their also their own tracks. It's not like they're lip syncing. Richie's in that studio, man. If there was more hours
Right.
than 24, he would be in there. And and he comes up with these medleys, and everybody's using them now. And it's a
Right.
thing it's
Right.
a thing that people have been using, And whatever it is, it makes it work, and they do an incredible job at it. If you use it right, it works out good. So I like that. Okay, so you were hired by Dick Biondi yourself. CM Punk, big wrestling guy. I'm not much into Punk,
Right,
but
right,
he's
right.
huge. What did you do?
Well,
What
this
did you
was
do for
years
Punk?
ago. I'm trying to think, 2008 or 2009. We were with Double D Booking, which is Dave Ensign from 16 Candles.
Mhm.
Called us and said, yeah, we got one of the WWE guys. Now, my brother and I were huge into the wrestling when we were kids.
Still
You know
am.
what?
I still
got
am.
off
I
of
still am.
it. I don't know how it just happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I should get back into it. So I didn't know. He said CM
Yeah.
Punk wants to hire you guys to play his birthday party in the city. I said, okay. I didn't know who he was. So we went, we did it. He was amazing. He's got a Halloween birthday. He came all dressed up. I mean, you'd never know who he was if he didn't tell you. And he got up on stage with us and sang a bunch of songs, and it was amazing. And it just so happened a couple of weeks later, I was in a Toys R Us with my son, and I walked down the aisle and I looked. I didn't know he was the champion. I mean, the whole row, CM Punk was everywhere. I'm like, Jesus, how did I not know this?
Yeah. And you know what? He is huge right now. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
I've been seeing
really
him. I've been
huge.
seeing
I
him.
mean, right now, and he's now with the WWE. He's doing a great job with that. I met Dick Biondi, did some stuff with Dick. You ever notice that we're talking about Biondi or
Right.
Larry Lujak or Steve Dahl or Howard Cosell or Harry
Right.
Carey? You know what? Isn't it odd that you don't see those kind of people anymore in the
Yes.
broadcasting booth or whatever it is? And you know what? Unfortunate. I mean, everybody got so wimpy now. I mean, you can't say shit anymore.
Right.
You know? I mean, it's
Unbelievable.
it's just, yeah. I mean, even all those personalities are gone too, which is pretty sad.
It is.
You know what I mean? If you had your favorite music, if you're on a desert island and you can only bring 2 records with you, besides your dad's, can't be your dad's, 2 records. What are you bringing with you
that's
on that
tough,
island?
man.
Remember, you can't get any more. These are the only 2 you're
Oh.
going to listen to as long as you're stuck in.
That
on
hurts
this
just
island.
thinking about it.
Yeah, it does. If it's not one album, how about just the group?
I don't know. That's so hard for me to answer. I love so many things, so many genres, so
Yeah,
many. I mean, it probably have to be. I guess I'd have to pick maybe an Elvis and a Van Halen album. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so since you mentioned Van Halen a few times in this 15 minutes, I was more a Van Hagar fan than I was a Van Halen fan. Were you a little upset when David
listen,
left and
I
Sammy
was
took
what was I,
over?
8th grade, something like that. I was so depressed, I couldn't believe it. Oh my God, the world's over. David Lee Roth left Van Halen, And I remember driving with my mom in the car and said, "Okay, world premiere of the new Van Halen." I'm going, "Oh God, this is gonna suck." Even though I love Sammy Hagar, I just thought, whatever. And Why Can't This Be Love came on, and I thought, wow, here we are. We're back. It's great. I love it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I like both of them.
Yeah.
I like both of them.
Well, yeah, but Hagar's definitely got a better voice than David.
Dave's
Lee
all
Roth.
about
Absolutely
feel and style, and Sammy can just sing anything.
He doesn't care what he looks like.
Right.
He just comes out there and does what he does. We were talking about you were talking about the Beatles. Obviously, Beatles have influenced a lot of people, and it's amazing.
Right.
Just were there at the right band at the right time, or were they really that popular? Because you know what? A lot of people, either you love the Beatles or you hate them. In your opinion, what do you think it is?
Well, growing up, I never liked the Beatles, to be honest with you. Now
All
I
right.
love it.
Okay.
When I was younger, I didn't. I think just like anything else, I mean, things had to change. I mean, it's just like, the late 80s going into grunge, the record companies were ruining it, signing bands that were just, signing them more for the looks than anything else.
Than anything else.
And then people start getting, bored of it. It's a little too cheesy. And then you need a change. Every 10 years, 10, 12 years, there's a change.
Yeah,
So-
right. And then
And the Beatles were great. I mean, everything they did the early days, it was as catchy as can be. I mean, it's, it was great.
I stopped liking not that I stopped liking the Beatles, but after when they got to that Sgt. Pepper and all that acid shit, I kind of forgot. I love
Right.
the British power pop stuff. That's when I turned into the Stones, and I always loved the Stones. How about these guys? Still making records, still touring. Keith Richards is still alive.
It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
It's gotta be.
Those were the memes after Ozzy died. Was all I know is I want Willie Nelson and Keith Richards and Bubble Wrap sitting on a couch. Everybody keep an eye on
On the couch. And I think it's because Keith had blood transfusions every year. He had to clean his blood out because he couldn't leave the country
right
years ago. But Keith, I mean, there's a story that I read his book, his autobiography. Get a chance to read it. He when his dad died, it's a true story. When his dad died, he took his ashes, some of it, and mixed it into.
I read that.
Yeah, and he
right.
sniffed up some of his dad's ashes. It's like, and the funny thing is when you tell a story to somebody and you say it, it's like, oh my God. But when you say it's Keith Richards,
there you go. Yeah,
it's like nothing. If we did it, we'd be behind
Right.
bars. But because it's Keith Richards, it's okay.
Right.
You gotta love it. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Raul Donner's with us, folks, the second. He's got a big show coming up August 2nd in Moretti's in Barrington. And you can also see him August 7th at the one in Edison Park. You write your own material as well?
I did in the past. And then I got off that.
Okay.
You know how it goes. You're young, you're going to make it, and
Sure.
you're going and going and going and going. And then you go, okay, listen, you know what? This is just more aggravation than it's.
So tell me what happened with Trash Martini. Great title. Great name
Thanks.
for a band,
Yeah, my
number
brother
one.
came up with that one. Yeah.
Number two, you lasted 6 years, 5 years,
Yeah,
something
6 years.
like that, right?
And then we did, we
And,
stopped in 2014. And then we did one reunion show in 2017. We did two in 2018. And then everybody's just been so busy since then.
Yeah.
But I've got a new band I'm rehearsing now, all 56.
Okay.
8-piece. And we've had to slow down over the summer because everybody's so busy with what they're doing. But
Sure.
I can't wait to get
Yeah.
back to work. Amazing musicians. So that'll be coming. Raul Donner
50s
Jr. and the Starfires coming soon.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool name. 50s and 60s. Were you into the British invasion heavily?
Not heavily growing up. Later on, yeah. So we're going to be doing a little bit of everything.
Very cool. 50s. Obviously, you're a big Elvis fan. Elvis great or Elvis overrated?
Great. I mean, not just the charisma. I mean, everything. The voice, the charisma. I mean, he had it all.
Yeah.
That's one person that you can say, he just had it all. I mean, he might have had too much of it because, it kept him secluded from the world, and that's never good,
Do you imagine, though? I mean, think about it. What happens to people like in our level? When we get our little fame
Right.
here and there. Blah, blah. Do you imagine what it must be like to be a Michael Jackson or an Elvis Presley when you can't even leave the house and people all around you are like, yes, sir, yes, whatever. And then, like Elvis had some of his close friends would tell him, Elvis, you better cut down
Right.
on those drugs and stuff. And he would fire them and get rid of them, even though they were trying to help the
Right.
guy out. And I can't imagine. And I think that we just get what God can give us. I think that's
Right.
it. I'm not trying to be all this spiritual stuff, but I believe that I know if I would have became at the time, maybe back in 99, 98, if I would have got big stardom or thing, I probably would have who knows what would have
Right.
happened. I was on, because
Yeah.
that temptation out there was pretty crazy. Your father had a saying, right? Keep on singing, son.
He wrote that in
1979.
one of his
was that,
songs. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. A song called The
That's
Day the
pretty
Beat
cool.
Stopped. Yeah, so the songs of his that I do in my show, the hits that I do are I Got Burned, You Don't Know What You've Got, Girl and My Best
Yeah.
Friend. Now, You Don't Know What You've Got was number 4 on Billboard. Girl and My Best Friend was number 19. She's Everything was number 18, another great song. That's one I can't wait to do with the band.
Well, you go back and watch some of his performances or listen to stuff. What do you think? What goes through
I
your
just
head?
love it. I just love it. That's my happy place. You know what I mean? Things get tough, and you just put it on, and there it is. It's like he's still in the room with you.
Now, how old was he when your father
41.
passed away? He was 41 years old when he passed away. If he was still alive today, what do you think he would have said? And I was going to ask you the same question. The music today is just not like it used to be. I mean, it's like guys on TikTok now can become superstars. There's no talent there whatsoever, or there's some that they just mold into it. But what would he be saying right now about the music?
Well, I mean, he loved some of it and hate the other half. I mean, he loved everything. I mean, I've got albums of Gregorian chants that he had. I mean, he enjoyed, everything. I mean, his big ones were Sinatra was his ultimate idol, And if you listen to You Don't Know What You've Got, his pronunciation, he got that from Sinatra.
Yeah.
You can hear every T, just like Sinatra did. Dina, my grandmother, 100% Italian, that was her all-time favorite. When my grandfather passed away, we're cleaning out his house. It's amazing. Now you save something, you hit the button on the phone, and there it is, and whatever. But we found stacks and stacks, Dean Martin, the clippings out of the newspaper when you actually had to get the scissors and cut it out, So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but a couple of his favorite songs before he died, I remember were Every Breath You Take by the Police. Yeah.
Great
and
song.
Rosanna by Toto.
All right, there you go. Two different types of songs. I was always a big Police fan. I wasn't a Sting fan. When he went solo, I didn't care for it. But I even slept outside the tickets. We slept at the Uptown outside to get tickets for the Police and XTC at the Aragon Ballroom when when Roxanne first came out. And
those were the days, man. You camped out all night, waited, stood in line, and here you go, third row, boom. You know what I mean?
I don't think the new generation can handle anything like that.
Are you kidding?
Compared to the bar days, and I don't know if you were familiar. Remember with Stay Out Discotheque on Manheim Road?
That one I don't remember.
I don't know if
that
you
one
remember.
I don't remember.
Okay, all those bars that stayed open till 4 a.m, and
right.
Nothing good happens. Nothing good happens after 12 o'clock back then. It still doesn't.
100%.
But
And
interesting, man. But you know what? You gotta love it. So, last question for you, buddy. A young kid comes up to you, boy or girl, and says, "Hey, man, I want to get into this profession." What would you say?
Work hard. Depends on what you want to get into. Like my 3 boys, they're 19, 15, and 11, and they're all playing. My son plays all the Randy Rhoads, Eddie Van Halen stuff on guitar. It's amazing. Then he says, "Well, I'm going to play keyboard." So he goes and all of a sudden, Allman Brothers, he's playing indoors. And I'm going, wow, man, this is amazing. And thank God for YouTube, because that's where they're getting a lot of this stuff from. It's like free lessons for these kids now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just work hard and, move forward. Don't quit.
That's all you can do, brother. And it's important.
I think
that's
you and
right.
I did some shows years ago together. I think the Taste of Melrose Park, Taste of Stone Park. I'm talking, it's got to be 30 years ago.
Okay.
You remember Monty?
Sure, the great
he
Emo
was the best
Monty.
with that sax.
Absolutely.
Joey Madrid,
Yeah.
Bobby Bongiorno on drums. Yeah,
Bongiorno.
all those
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
That was the
Sure,
most fun I've
sure.
ever had. It'll never be the same as those those old days, you know?
Yeah, back in the days too. I mean, with the rock, even the rock band that we had, and after we did Star Search and we lost by a quarter of a point, and then we were handled by Gene Simmons on
Right.
Simmons Records, and then we couldn't make any money with the rock anymore, and all of a sudden I become Tony Ocean as a fluke, and now I've been doing it now full time,
Yeah,
35
it's
years.
amazing,
So,
man. Congrats.
but
You've
it's
had
not-
one hell of a career.
well, thank you. Thank you. We did good, and a lot of people behind us. But like you said, your fans and people that support you, that come out or buy your T-shirts or buy your records or buy whatever, download your songs, whatever you want to do now these days. But it's important to keep the music going. Ladies and gentlemen, Raul Donner II, make sure you check him out. He's going to be at Moretti's on August 2nd in Barrington. And then, of course, Moretti's in Edison Park on August 7th. Look for his band coming out and download his dad. It'd be really cool to hear some great music. I wish you the best. I want to thank you for just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Don't change. And peace and love, my brother. Maybe we got to do something in the future together. I think
That would be
kind
great.
of fun.
It would be a blast. Tony, thanks so much for having
got it,
me.
brother.
I've always been a big
You got
fan.
it.
Keep doing, like you said, keep
Thank
doing
you.
what you're doing. I hope to see you soon.
You got it, brother. Have a good one, man. Thank you so much. Raul Donner II, everybody. Make sure you check him out. And said, just in general, take sure that you're supporting local establishments and live entertainment, which is important in the meantime. But thank you, man, for being on. We do appreciate it. Guys, we want you to have an incredible weekend. And a lot of good stuff. But before we go to get tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse at 8 o'clock. And if you're in the Schaumburg area, Peter Anthony's Hair Salon, Laura, my wife Laura, of course, will be doing a promotion for a company called Braverly that she's doing right now with her friend Shelly. And of course, it's these products to make you feel better and stuff. It's a health product thing. It's very cool. She's doing fantastic with it. And she's going to be out some samples. We'll be doing a little show tonight from 6:15 to 6:45. Come on, hear the song, and come out and get some samples. And Laura will tell you all about it. Thank you. So it'll be a lot of fun. All right, we are coming to the end of the hour, folks. It actually is the end of the hour. We got birthdays today for Friday, July 25th. Amelia Earhart. First woman on the aircraft, of course, missing, and the whole story about her would have been celebrating a birthday today. One of the greatest baseball players, whether you like him or not, Barry Bonds, turned 60 years old. Paul Ben Victor, a great character actor, 59 years old. Karl Malone, the mailman, of course, the NBA, 65. Dino Donnelly, one of the greatest drummers ever. The Rascals, a photo maker. What a great drummer he is. Rod Stewart turns 80. Michael Richards from Seinfeld. That's, very, very good. Linda Carter, the old Wonder Woman. Gotta love it. Susie Positano, happy birthday, Susie. Good luck with your new club. And my good buddy Kurt Calabrese celebrating a birthday today. And we'll be back on Monday, same time, same station, folks. So I hope you guys can check it out. Taylor Street Fest, August 15th. Mars, August 23rd. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of good shit. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. All right, guys. And thank our good friends from good pals, Ace Hardware. Take advantage of the auto key program at all their stores. Program CareCut keys up to 50% less than a dealership. Visit the helpful hub to speak to a certified team member. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place with their 2 new locations, Fox River Grove and now Richmond, Illinois, plus their other 7 stores. That's JRC Ace Hardware, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, we got to go, but remember a couple things. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to everybody out there, folks. And just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. That's what it is. Try to get along. Try to be peaceful. Try to make everybody's got the same 24 hours. Do the best you can in that day and just keep going strong. Tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Tomorrow, Taverna on Division in Melrose Park, 8 o'clock showtime. Me, Jerry Jams, and Mikey D tomorrow. Tonight, me and Jams live at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock in Schaumburg. Ringo Starr says peace and love. We need it more than ever, everybody. Nick Sahajas, the piano man, is going to take us out. Have an incredible weekend. God bless you, everybody. We got to go.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, buddy. Have an incredible weekend.